A Tiger in the Zoo. George Leslie Norris. Background of the poem. A Tiger in the Zoo. Contextual background. The poem shows a strong contrast between how a tiger lives in the wild and how it suffers in a zoo cage. It was written at a time when wildlife protection and animal conservation were becoming important issues worldwide. The poem reflects on human cruelty, the loss of freedom, and the silent pain animals experience when kept behind bars. It reminds us that wild animals belong in their natural habitats, not in captivity. Key idea. The tiger in the poem becomes a symbol of trapped power, lost dignity, and unspoken suffering. The poet encourages readers to think deeply about animal rights, freedom, and the ethical treatment of wildlife. About the poet, George Leslie Norris. Full name, George Leslie Norris. Born, the 21st of May, 1921, Wales. Died, the 6th of April, 2006, USA. Key points about the poet. He was a famous Welsh poet, short story writer, and teacher. His writing mainly focuses on nature, animals, childhood, and village life. His poems are known for being gentle, emotional, and full of clear imagery. He taught literature and creative writing in the UK and in the USA. He received many awards for his poetry during his lifetime. His work often encourages readers to feel, imagine, and connect with the natural world. About a Tiger in the Zoo. One of his most popular and meaningful poems. Shows the difference between a tiger's power in the wild and its sad life in a cage. Teaches empathy for animals and makes us think about freedom versus captivity. A line-by-line explanation of the poem. Lines 1 to 4. He stalks in his vivid stripes the few steps of his cage on pads of velvet quiet in his quiet rage. Explanation. The tiger walks back and forth inside the cage, but only for a few limited steps because the space is very small. Vivid stripes describes his bright and striking orange-black coat, which shows his natural beauty. He moves silently because his paws are soft like velvet pads. Although he seems quiet, he is filled with suppressed anger and frustration because he has lost his freedom. His quiet rage shows the tiger's inner suffering. He cannot express his power or live the life he was meant to live in the wild. Lines 5 to 8. He should be lurking in shadow, sliding through long grass near the water hole where plump deer pass. Explanation. The poet says the tiger should be living freely in the jungle, not trapped in a cage. Lurking in shadow means the tiger should be hiding quietly, watching and waiting for prey. He should be moving smoothly through tall grass, using it to stay unseen. The water hole is a natural spot where animals come to drink. Plump deer are healthy, well-fed deer, which are the tiger's natural prey in the wild. These lines highlight the sharp contrast between the tiger's real, powerful life in nature and his restricted, helpless life in the zoo. Lines 9 to 12. He should be snarling around houses at the jungle's edge, baring his white fangs, his claws, terrorizing the village. Explanation. The poet describes what the tiger might be doing in the wild, near the edge of the forest, close to human settlements. Snarling means growling angrily, showing the tiger's natural strength. Baring his white fangs and claws shows the tiger's powerful teeth and sharp claws, which make him a fearsome predator. The tiger would be able to create fear among villagers, which is a natural response to a wild tiger. These lines emphasize how the tiger in the zoo has lost all his power, wildness, and natural behavior. Lines 13 to 16. But is locked in a concrete cell, his strength behind bars, stalking the length of his cage, ignoring visitors. Explanation. Instead of living freely, the tiger is trapped in a small concrete cage. His great strength and natural power are now useless behind metal bars. He keeps walking back and forth, repeating the same limited movement in frustration. The tiger ignores visitors because he knows he cannot escape and has no control over his own life. These lines show the sad reality of captivity and the tiger's loss of dignity, freedom, and natural instincts. Lines 17 to 20. He hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars, and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. Explanation. At night, the tiger hears the last human sounds, such as the patrolling cars moving around the zoo. These sounds show that even at night he has no peace or freedom. He looks up with his bright, shining, brilliant eyes. He gazes at the brilliant stars in the sky, which remind him of the free world outside the cage. The stars symbolize freedom, something the tiger longs for but cannot have. Most important literary devices used in the poem. A Tiger in the Zoo, by Leslie Norris. 1. Oxymoron. Definition: a phrase combining two contradictory, opposite, terms to create a new, deeper meaning. The phrase, quiet rage. The conflict. Quiet implies silence, calm, or submission. Rage implies violent, loud, uncontrollable anger. Explanation: the poet uses this to show the tiger's helplessness. His anger is intense, rage, but because he is locked in a cage and powerless, he must suppress it into silence, quiet. It is a suppressed anger. 2. Metaphor. Definition: a comparison between two unlike things without using like or as. The phrase, on pads of velvet quiet. The comparison, tiger's paws equals velvet. Explanation: velvet is a soft, smooth, and silent fabric. The poet compares the tiger's paws to velvet to emphasize that his footsteps are absolutely silent and soft. He can move without being heard, stealth. 3. Personification. Definition: giving human qualities or pronouns to animals or objects. The phrase, he stalks in his vivid stripes. The usage, the poet uses he instead of it. Explanation: this elevates the status of the tiger. It tells us the poet views the tiger not as a thing or an exhibit, but as a majestic being with feelings, dignity, and personality. 4. Enjambment. Definition: when a sentence continues from one line to the next without any punctuation mark, like a comma, at the end of the line. The phrase, stanza 1. He stalks in his vivid stripes the few steps of his cage. Explanation: notice there is no comma after stripes. The reader has to move quickly to the next line. This mimics the restless movement of the tiger pacing continuously. 5. Alliteration. Definition: the repetition of the same consonant sound at the start of neighboring words. Examples: plump pass, sound of P, emphasizes the fatness of the deer. Behind bars, sound of B, the hard sound emphasizes the strength of the prison. He hears, sound of H, a soft sound reflecting the quiet night. 6. Repetition. Definition: repeating words to emphasize a specific point or create a poetic effect. Example 1, velvet quiet or quiet rage. Significance: the repetition of quiet emphasizes the unnatural silence imposed on the wild animal. Example 2, brilliant eyes or brilliant stars. Significance: this creates a link between the tiger and the heavens. His eyes are as bright and free-spirited as the stars, even though his body is trapped. 7. Imagery. Definition: descriptive language that triggers the reader's senses, sight and sound. Visual. Sight. Vivid stripes, lurking in shadow, white fangs. Auditory. Sound. Snarling around houses, patrolling cars. Explanation: Imagery helps the student see the bright colors of the tiger and hear the threatening sounds, making the poem feel real. 8. Rhyme scheme. Definition: the pattern of rhymes at the end of each line of a poem. The pattern, ABCB. Analysis: stanza 1. Stripes, A. Cage, B. Quiet, C. Rage, B. Note: the second and fourth lines rhyme: cage rage, grass pass, edge village. Most important themes in the poem. A Tiger in the Zoo, by Leslie Norris. Theme: freedom versus captivity. Explanation: the poem highlights the sharp contrast between a tiger's life in the wild and in a zoo. In the jungle, the tiger is free, powerful, and active. In the zoo, he is trapped, helpless, and silent. Examples: he should be lurking in shadow, shows wild, free life. But is locked in a concrete cell, shows captivity. Message: wild animals deserve to live in their natural habitats, not behind bars. Theme: animal rights and human cruelty. Explanation: the poet shows how human beings cruelly confine animals for display. The tiger's natural behavior is suppressed, and he suffers silently. Examples: his strength behind bars, his power is useless in a cage. Ignoring visitors shows the tiger's lack of interest in human attention. Message: animals have a right to freedom. Humans should treat them with compassion, not cruelty. Theme: loss of identity and power. Explanation: the tiger is a symbol of majesty, terror, and power in the wild. In the zoo, his true nature is lost, and he becomes just a display. Examples: he should be snarling around houses, shows natural power. He stalks in his vivid stripes, in his quiet rage, shows repressed anger and loss of strength. Message: captivity steals an animal's identity and reduces it to a shadow of what it could be. Theme: silent suffering and emotional conflict. Explanation: the tiger is not roaring or attacking. He is silent, showing deep pain and anger within. His quiet rage and brilliant eyes reflect emotional suffering. Examples: in his quiet rage, silent anger and frustration. He hears the last voice at night, loneliness and helplessness. Message: the poem makes readers feel the emotional pain of caged animals, reminding us that even animals have feelings. Moral of the poem. The poem A Tiger in the Zoo teaches us an important moral. All living beings deserve freedom, and keeping wild animals in cages is an act of cruelty. Through the tiger's silent suffering, the poet reminds us to show empathy and respect toward animals. The poem encourages us to understand that taking away an animal's freedom also takes away its dignity and natural life. We must treat animals with kindness and let them live where they truly belong in the wild. Message of the poem. The poem delivers a strong message about wildlife conservation and ethical treatment of animals. By showing the contrast between the tiger's natural strength in the forest and his helpless life behind bars, the poet asks us to reflect on the impact of human actions. The tiger's quiet rage symbolizes how captivity destroys the natural behavior and spirit of wild animals. The message is clear: protect nature, protect wildlife, and allow animals the right to live freely in their own habitats. A Tiger in the Zoo is a moving poem that reveals the silent pain of animals kept in confinement. The tiger becomes a symbol of lost freedom, lost dignity, and the harsh reality of human interference. Through simple but powerful images, the poet encourages us to rethink how we treat wild animals. The poem inspires us to work toward a world where animals can live freely, confidently, and fearlessly in their natural environment.